Hey, now, before we get this video started, go ahead and join the New Wave Facebook group. The link will be in the description and in the comment section. And I want to thank everybody that has joined thus far. Hey, now it's Anthony with A&A Professional Services, and I'm headed to Memphis to do a detail. As y'all can see, I got my breakfast in, I gassed up. Yesterday evening, I filled up my water tank, filled up my chemicals, filled up everything with gas, as far as like my pressure washer and my generator. Let me put my seatbelt on. And I'm headed that way. I don't go out here too often, maybe once a week, once every other week or something like that. I'm actually just trying to build up a whole nother detailing business. So if you guys are interested in, doing a few jobs out in Memphis, let me know, or the Nashville area, let me know. I can get you a few jobs. I'm looking for someone that already has a business, already detailing, already knows what they're doing, and I'll just send you jobs. And I'm also thinking about getting a van, getting a setup, and getting everything, and hire a trustworthy person. I will do a background check. I'm not just gonna hire anybody. I want to have somebody that knows what they're doing already, preferably somebody that has their own business already. Detailing equipment, knows what they're doing. And if I can find somebody trustworthy, I will put them in a detailing rig and, go from there. finally had an opportunity to actually look in the camera and talk to you guys. The first appointment, you know, the customer kept coming out. So right when I wanted to start talking, like when I got done with the detail, I wanted to step out. You know, I packed everything up. I was all done. I wanted to start talking, and I guess he looked out the window, saw I was packed up, and came outside. So, but I finally made it out here. But this seems to be a quiet area. A lot of elderly people live here. Everything seems to be on the up and up out here. But I want to talk about tips. The last video, I got like, I think I made 200 tips that day. And I remember charging 40 and 50 bucks, 60 bucks for a detail. And now to be getting charged like detailing prices, like I have a package that's around 200 bucks. And to get tipped 200 bucks is just, but it was actually something that I never thought would happen to me. I never thought that I would have a day where I received $200 in tips. One detail was like 120 something dollars, and the other one was like 50 or 60 in tips. And I was so excited to get that. I don't know if I got that much before. I don't know if that's my first time getting $200 in one day in tips. Maybe it is. I know it doesn't happen often, I can tell you that. And that's just so exciting. This is what I'm dealing with. She said they stole it, and she just got it back. So they probably did some joyriding, some smoking. Smell like a little reef up in here. Look, a little hint of some Newport menthols and some, you know, swishy sweets. All this right here, I'll throw it in the bag. It's not that bad. I said I could do this in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Yeah, so I'm gonna get as much footage as I can. I'm gonna hurry up and get done. It's around 3:30, so if I be on this for 2 hours, I'll get done at 5. Get stuck around 5:45. I want to get on the road to get home. I'm not gonna try to get a room or nothing like that, or a hotel room. We call it the room, but I don't want to have to get a hotel room. You want to keep your costs low, but if by chance I have to get a room, I know where some rooms are at a good rate where I'll still come home with a profit. But it's only a 3-hour drive, so I mean I could do that. But if I was like in Nashville, I could still go home depending on how I feel. I don't feel tired now. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I get done with this, but I know I'm gonna feel good enough to drive home. I know that. But if I was in Nashville, you know, I may have to stay. That's why when I come to Memphis, when I go to Nashville, I try to look around and find where the cheaper rooms are, where the cheaper gas stations are, where the Walmart is, where the Home Depot is. And I know you could just look it up on Google, and that's what I do. I look it up on Google Maps, and I try to find the one closest to me. And the more and more I come down here, the more and more I get familiar with the area, familiar with the people. Each customer that I come in contact with, I talk to them, try to establish some type of a rapport with them, and I make sure that I have all their information. I make sure they have mine before I leave. All right, y'all, I finally made it home. Drive wasn't too bad. It's not something I'm gonna do every day. It's not something I'm gonna do very, very often, but it'll be something that I'll do periodically, and over time I'll gradually just build it up to what I want it to be or wherever it takes me. Let's continue to talk about these tips. I went on Google and I looked up gratuity. Gratuity is just another word for tips. And I was looking at the origins of it and everything. And basically it's just extra money on top of services pretty much. You usually see it a lot in the service industry, you know, waiters, waitresses, maids, people that take your bags up at the hotel. And our service as well, we get tipped. Now, I also do lawn care. I didn't get many tips. I don't get many tips in lawn care, but detailing, you get a lot of tips. And I noticed my biggest tips are when the cars are the worst and I put in a lot of work and they're amazed at how the car turned out. I usually get a lot of tips in that situation. When I first started doing this, I never thought about tips. I only just thought about how much I was charging. And if I got that, I was satisfied. When I began to receive tips, it was kind of like, wow, it felt like a blessing because you're not expecting it. Now, some of you guys may expect it from the customers that always tip, but I'm talking about the new customers where you don't know what's gonna happen, and when they write their check out or when they hand you their cash or when they swipe their credit card, and when you get a chance to look at it and you see they left you, 20, 30, 40, 50. I remember my first $20 tip, I was excited. Cause I wasn't expecting it. I mean, it's a blessing, man, because it's just extra money. I mean, it take care of the expense. And then the wealthy people, that's all they do is tip. It's part of their culture. They tip everybody. The guy that brings the bags in, the guy that details the car, the maid. I mean, they tip everybody. And I think usually the going rate for tip is 15 to 20% of the total cost of the service or bill. So in the comment section, let me know how you feel about tips. All right, till next time, shouts out to the new wave. Peace.